Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Ives number 572 A10B coat hook in an oil rubbed bronze finish on an aluminum base material. Removing it from the packaging, what you've got here is a piece of aluminum. That's what the A in the part number. First of all, 572 is the classic coat and hat hook that you're going to have from Ives. Classic, ubiquitous, been made for decades. The A means that the base material is aluminum from Ives. If there's a B in the part number, that's going to be made of brass, bronze, but brass. The 10B is a reference to the fact that they're calling this oil-rubbed bronze, and while it's obviously not oil-rubbed bronze in the sense that it's made of bronze with an oil rubbed, it is certainly quite complementary to that, and why you would order something aluminum that would be oil rubbed, because you want the look from 6 feet away of oil rubbed bronze without the enormous cost difference between something made of aluminum and something made of solid brass oil rubbed. I had said earlier that this is incredibly common. Sure it is. You've seen this coat hook installed everywhere. Dimensional properties. They have the height at 1 5/8". Let's take a look at the base. The base itself is about 1 5/8". The overall height, when it's installed on the door, is going to be closer to about 3 1/4 inch. The overall width of that base is going to be about 1 1/4 inch. The overall projection to the top, where the coat, where the hat is about 3 1/4. Down to the coat projection, looks like it's closer to about 2 inch. It's going to include a couple of screws for installing. As you can see, they look like they're about a number 6 by 1 inch or so oval head sheet metal screws with a Phillips drive. Extended description information down below we've covered. There is a link to a document called Installation, which is a throwback to what old packaging used to look like for these items. You know, mark it, pre-drill the holes, screw it in. That's the installation. There is, more helpfully, a link to the product brochure that will allow you to review all of the coat hooks from Ives. Looks like there's 3 pages there, and the 572 is on the bottom of page 1. The important part about that is you can see how the part number would change, or at least we can derive how the part number would change as the base material and finish changes. So in the aluminum base material, you've got A3, polished brass, A5 for antique brass, A10 for satin bronze, A10B for oil rubbed, A14 for polished nickel, A15 for satin nickel, and A92 for like a zinc unichrome sort of color. A92 will always be the least expensive. In the brass base material, B3 for polished brass, B4 for satin brass, B5 for antique brass, B10 for satin bronze, B10B for oil rub bronze, B15 for satin nickel, B26 for polished chrome, and B27. I don't think there's such a. That might be polished aluminum, but it wouldn't be B27. I think US 27 would be polished aluminum. B2060 is what I mean to say, satin chrome. Dimensional properties there. That 572 really common. The 571 certainly very common. The ceiling hooks are very common. The 580 on page 2. The wardrobe hooks, the 581 and 582, are also somewhat common. And the name Ives is synonymous with trim and auxiliary hardware and has been for several decades. Several decades, in fact. And it's a name that's trusted in the industry when it comes to trim and auxiliary hardware, whether it be something as simple as coat hooks or, of course, kick plates, push and pull hardware that Ives is going to be able to supply you with. Ancillary hardware like mortise bolts, door viewers. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Ives products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog that's there. And the name Ives is synonymous with those traditional products, but things that are relatively new from Ives that I personally like are their pivots. I've installed, I've digested, understood, prepped, troubleshooted several countless dozens of thousands of installations of pivots. We're reading the template, understanding what's been machined. The approach that Ives has to their pivots, and especially the installation instructions, is a very organized approach. So if you use pivots from the major manufacturers, give Ives a look, because you're going to find great value, great quality, approachable installation instructions, especially the first time that you're doing it. Any questions on the Ives number 572 and an A10B finish coat hook or any other Ives product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.